I said it before, I will say it again. Can't thank you all enough for all of your support. And Stagecraft WC3 with the follow. Thank you so much and welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy this semifinals action. HawK versus Sonik. And we're going to start it on Northern Isles. Coming at you right now. All right. And now, down in the southwestern corner of Northern Isles, you saw him fast expo last series against Farseer Headhunters. The audacity, the bold, the crafty. It's HawK. And in the top right, you all know him, Sonik, our resident night elf expert. So much experience split between these two players. Going to be really interesting to see them battle it out head to head. And it's going to be a bloodbath for sure. And first hero of choice, we already know who HawK's getting. HawK's getting the Archmage, but the question is, what's Sonik getting? And the answer is the Keeper of the Grove. So we know we have a Keeper Archmage opener. Footy's on the way. Gonna be scouting. I imagine we'll see a fast expo attempt from Mr. HawK as well. That's right, Burning Blades. We're gonna be doing some ESL Dream Hack. We were lucky enough to cast with Carson ESL last week, but we also do ESL on this stream as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I always find it's really nice when we have more people covering ESL, right? So obviously Carson can't cover all, 50 games himself. So we get in there, we help out. Also Forks, if you know Forks, he casts in Portuguese.
The town is under siege.
So Forks also putting so much work into the ESL scene.
The player's forces are under attack.
Oh, thank you, Burning Blades, and love having you around as well. Love the support. Burning Blades, a OC Drummer VIP. Gloves of Haste going over to HawK. Gonna really appreciate that early game item as Keeper of the Grove wandering across the map. Footy gonna be able to claim this Wisp, a rare error for Sonik. Not often do you see Sonik miss the detonates there, and certainly not going to let it happen twice. Keep the Grove heading on into the main base, going to be able to let himself in via force of nature. Be able to take down this footman as well. Call some of the boys to take care of this. Meanwhile, expo attempt potentially underway. Crystal Ball going to be granted to HawK as the footman of HawK needs to withdraw for the time being. Now 4 treants on the board. A lot of summoning time left. This is going to add up as the early pressure on the human base is being quite effective at the moment, forcing HawK back. Now Keeper of the Grove going to go turn his attention immediately to the expo. Has enough mana for another force of nature. As the Archer's on the way down to help out with this harassment effort. Force of nature being cleaned up by HawK in the main base, and now HawK needs to head on back over to the expo, get his boys back to work. A lot of attention here across multiple different aspects of the early game. Have the expo going up, have the treants being called at both places. Need to be able to take care of. Gonna try to get a nice kill there. Every treant kill gets this Archmage closer and closer to level 3. And those level 2 water elementals is going to make a huge deal in the early game. All the peasants potentially being taken care of here. As well as the treants, Archmage inching closer and closer to level 3. Really wants to get this pops. The reveal on the Archer. Going to be able to get this Archer kill. Going to grant the level 3 that HawK is looking for. But unfortunately, not enough mana for the water elemental yet. Going to need to wait about 10 more seconds before it's online. Keeper of the Grove no longer has any mana for Force of Nature. So looks like HawK for the time being has defended this, but Expo not coming online or being rebuilt. As Sonik transitioning over to Tier 1 Huntresses. Very, very interesting as well. As Sonik wants to keep the pressure on, sees the Expo, and almost a surround attempt from HawK there. So close. Sonik needs to be careful. That surround could be a huge game turner, as these level 1 and level 2 water elementals going to do tons of damage to these Huntresses. They will certainly be shadow melded, but if HawK can get another reveal off, it would be very welcomed. Pushing those Huntresses back. Keeper of the Grove looking to get level 3 for himself. Now at 2 in a couple quarters there. Keeper of the Grove falling really, really low. Needs to be quite careful here. Archmage has a lot of damage in these auto attacks. Now the Huntresses getting focus fired again by the Footies and the Water Elementals. Scout Tower being upgraded into an Arcane Tower. About 25% done as the Peasants continue to fall for HawK, courtesy of the Huntress push from Sonik, who is still on Tier 1.
A player's forces are under
Huntress
attack.
stutter stepping round and round she goes, trying to knock down this Scout Tower before it gets upgraded into an Arcane Tower. Unfortunately, not able to secure any of these kills. These Huntresses are too fast, and nice attention to detail. You can see all of these wounded units being brought back. Going to tap the Moonwells, get healed back up, and now Sonic's going to have about a 6 to 7 Huntress army to push with, as he is still on Tier 1, going full all-in on the Huntress push. HawK also still on Tier 1, needs to replenish these Peasants. He's lost so many in the early game, but has the Expo up. Going to be training a guard tower, going to certainly help out with the Huntress presence. Any piercing damage HawK can get will be incredibly helpful. Sonik gets the level 3 he's been looking for, is going to take level 2 on the Treants. Now he's going to have an extra Treant per summon. Going to help out with this early game push. It's still on Tier 1. So Sonik full committing to the Tier 1 push here. Arcane Vault coming on up for the human, going to be power building it up.
Forces are under attack.
Water Elemental trying to pose as a distraction, but the 8 Huntress army of Sonik will not be deterred. They want to go all in on this Expo. 3 Treants also to help a 9th Huntress behind all of this to help with this auto attack army here. Getting some nice damage onto the Treants, courtesy of the feedback on the Arcane Tower. Calling the boys 7 Militia on the way. Now going to go back home for the time being, as Sonik with a massive Huntress army is going to continue creeping up HawK's side of the map. Brings a couple Wisps over as well to help detonate these Water Elementals, remove some of the mana from the Archmage. All of that will add up. All of that will be super helpful for Sonik in this push. Sonik still on Tier 1. HawK also still on Tier 1. Some towers coming up in the main base, as Sonik feels this is the easier target of the two. The Expo a little too defended right now. Going to get some nice damage onto the Huntress. HawK does secure the kill on one of the Huntresses. So many Hunts. Calling the boys to help out with this defense. Pulling back the injured Footies. Going to cast another level 3 Water Elemental as well. The Militia going back home, putting the armor down, getting back to work. As Sonik continues to push down this altar.
A player's forces are
Not a huge loss at the moment, but does get the level 4 that he's looking for. Going to get level 2 entangles. Each one of those entangles going to be so much damage onto the army of HawK. HawK dealing with these Treants in the backline, not having any dispels, going to make this difficult to deal with. Another force of nature. So many Treants into the main base of HawK. So many Huntresses, just the raw numbers. And HawK able to kind of deal with this at the moment. All the Treants but 2 are down, calling all the boys now to deal with this. He's all in. Needs to be all in on the defense as well. HawK has no more mana for any more Water Elementals. So many Huntresses in his face, pulling back all of the injured units to the back of the base. Needs to get back, needs to start putting these guard towers to work. Guard towers are going to start shredding these Huntresses. Starting to go to work one Huntress at a time, but the The macro of HawK falling behind, now starting to build a little bit in the main base, transitioning over to rifles potentially with the blacksmith. But HawK now food blocked at 36 food. Needs to be careful. This level 4 Keeper of the Grove, so deadly right now. Circlet and Claws plus 9 in the inventory. Nice level 4, going to get that level 2 Brilliant Sword, going to help produce a couple more level 2 Water Elementals as the tier 2 of Sonik just about online. No tier 2 even close for HawK as it's not even started, continuing to produce peasants to recoup from all the peasant losses and now some injured footies that were pulled to the back, all in the danger zone in range of the Huntresses. Gonna buy that Skull regen. Gonna try to get all these injured footies back. Has more towers coming up. Pops the Skull regen. Gets all the footies in the healing range. That's good, but level 5 for the Keeper of the Grove now. Opting in for the level 3 Treants. Gonna have so many Treants on the map, and another footy potentially out of position here would pay the price with an entangle, but the Keeper probably wants to use it on Force of Nature instead. Now 4 Treants on the map. Going to be really tough to deal with this as HawK decides he's just going to push in the main base of Sonik.
A player's forces are under attack.
So many injured Hunts back at home for Sonik. Going to look to take down the Ancient of Lore, forcing the TP back. Force of Nature also being trained for Sonik. Sonik pretty weak now. Going to be able to take down some of these Huntresses one at a time. Getting some nice pickoffs there. 3 right off the bat for HawK. Maybe even 4 Hunts. Going to give the Archmage quite a bit of XP as he's looking for level 5 himself. Going to lose a level 2 Water Elemental, feeding more XP to the Keeper of the Grove. 2 Ancient Allures coming out down south of the main base. They're going to lose yet another Water Elemental potentially to the Huntress push. As 2 Ancient Allures coming online, so probably some late Dryad presence from Mr. Sonik.
A player's forces are under attack.
And going to get maybe another Huntress kill. Going to see the Alchemist get trained. Very interesting. Going to maybe be able to lock in a surround, but not... Oh, the summon was almost able to lock in the surround. Really nice there by HawK. Unfortunately, the Alchemist able to slip out as the Huntress push begins again. Entangle's going to go out on the Rifleman now. Level 2 Entangle. Going to really deal a lot of damage to that Rifleman. Going to be able to secure the kill with the Huntress presence here. And now the 4 Treants. A lot of towers, however, to deal with. Sonik may want to swing around to the main base. Main base still in very compromised position. Another Rifleman coming out for HawK.
A town is under siege.
And Sonik shifting attention back on over to the main base. Whittling down this barracks. This would end the production of rifles. Don't believe we have any barracks at the main base going for Sanctum. Instead, barracks is certainly going to fall. HawK moving on north, going to take down the Expo. Maybe favoring a base race. And this is going to be a tough base race. There's so many Huntresses. So many Treants. Count them. There's 8 of them. Only 2 towers. Not going to be able to deal with all of this. So many Treants and more on the way. HawK pulling the ripcord, getting on back. MK trying to deal some damage as well. MK is out. HawK in position 2. Water Elemental's going to do a ton of damage to these Huntresses. 2 Huntresses fall immediately. But the Treant presence so prevalent from Sonik. Sonik able to push in. Has a soft surround on the Archmage. Archmage able to get out. Some of it is his own units. Gonna pass on over the Scroll of Healing. Trying to lock down the kill on the Alchemist. Does get it. So now Sonik feeling the pressure from the 33 food army of HawK. Taking down the Huntresses one by one. HawK now at level 5. That level 3 Water Elemental going to be so strong. HawK somehow able to hold this off for the time being.
Player's forces are
needs to get those priests, needs to get that level 1 adept training on the priest, needs to get the spell. As soon as he gets the spell, he's going to have such an easier time against this Keeper of the Grove, who's now level 6. Got the Tranquility. We are in level 6 territory. Dispel's going out onto the water elementals, continuing to chop down at these Dryads. Going to take 2 Dryads down immediately. Priest in vulnerable position, going to take a lot of piercing damage from these Dryads. Needs to be careful, going to lose a Priest immediately. Not able to get any Dispels out on these Treants. Town Hall is going to fall. Now HawK down to 1 base. Trying to take down the entire army of Sonik with 2 heroes. No TP. Just a healing potion going to be passed. Clap out onto the Treants, trying to break free. Has no Dispel on the Priest. Archmage continues to be surrounded. Going to try to relock it in. Getting on out. Archmage is going to be focused down and killed level 7 Keeper of the Grove. And HawK calls GG. Game 1 going to Sonik. And really nice play there from Mr. HawK. Trying to get my camera back online. This might be good enough for now. And yeah, my camera's decided no more. So now we're up to this camera. Let's try to get it repositioned. Okay. That might be good. Cool. All right, so Sonik takes it 1-0. Really nice play there from Sonik. The early Huntress push proved effective. Did what it needed to do. Did what he came there to do. And Sonik going to be in slot 2. All right, just checking on a couple things here. Everything is all good, all set up. Very good. And we're waiting on game 2 to get started. Meanwhile, let's put some music on. There we go. That's the volume I'm looking for. All right, what a game 1 from HawK versus Sonik. Back and forth, all early game long. HawK looked like he was going to have a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of the momentum he was looking for, but at the end of the day, wasn't quite able to get it. So, Sonik able to take it. Take game 1. So just awaiting Sonik to join the lobby, and we're going to get started. But again, really impressive performance from both HawK and Sonik. Really. Can't say it enough. Last chance, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you, OC Drummer, best caster. Very glad I discovered him on Back to Warcraft, that stream a couple days back. Thank you so much for the kind words. And again, thanks to Carson for giving me the opportunity to cast alongside him. Was a very, very cool experience, and Carson is just so damn good at what he does. So easy to work with, so easy to cast alongside. Just a overall great guy, top to bottom. So if you see him Back to Warcraft anywhere else, give him some props. Really a big fan of Carson, big fan of Back to Warcraft. As you know, I'm going to plug this camera back in here. Ran out of batteries. So bear with me as I plug this bad boy back in. Alright, I think that's plugged back in now. Let's test it out, huh? Let's test it out. better, huh? A little angled, but... There we go. That's about its center. Cool. But we're not here to look at my camera. We're here to go into Game 2, Sonic versus HawK. And we're going to Last Refuge, coming right at you. All right, and our defending champion from Game 1, Sonic. And if you missed Game 1, what you missed was this. HawK going for the early expo on Northern Isles was ultimately thwarted by the Huntress push. Keeper Huntress push of Sonic. Keeper of the Grove able to lock in so many critical kills there. Able to get to level 7 that game with a level 2 Alchemist. But yeah, you heard that right. Level 7 Keeper of the Grove. And HawK looking to turn things around, looking to take this to Game 3. Get this series all tied up in the northeastern corner of Last Refuge. May see something similar to last game where we saw HawK fast expand, as he so often likes to do on these expo-friendly maps. We even saw him earlier in the tournament fast expo against Farseer Headhunters. You heard that right. I'm not misspeaking. And it was successful.
A player's forces are under attack.
No surprise here. Going for the Ancient of War creeping. As always. Keep the Grove right behind all of this. Going to claim the items. Going to claim the XP. Footy going to take care of this wisp of Sonic. Sonic going to be able to prevent his own death as the footy pull. Very nicely done by HawK. Not going to get distracted by the wisps, and Keeper of the Grove collected the Gloves of Haste and is going to head up on north to try to disrupt this mercenary camp creep from happening. HawK wants to claim possession of the Shadow Priest and the Berserker in 66 seconds. And will certainly get the breathing room he needs as the Entangle's starting to go off onto the Footman. Looking to claim the Golem, claim the item, and Sonic looking to steal it. Does go to HawK. HawK gets the level 2 and the Flute of Accuracy. Certainly going to help with some auto attack damage, and when he eventually potentially goes some ranged units. Rifles, casters, pretty commonly seen in this matchup. Certainly a welcome item. Tome of Agility on the map. Almost a body block by the Footman there. Keeper of the Grove is going to be able to get out of here live with 20 health, and HawK would have loved to secure that body block and get an early Keeper of the Grove kill. This Water Elemental capable of taking down this Troll Trapper 1v1.
Player's forces are under attack.
We'll keep it in our peripheral here. And actually a very close showdown 1v1. And they kill each other. I wonder if HawK knew that would be the outcome. Probably did. Troll Shadow Priest going to get some passive healing out onto the footies. Has the farm up, has permanent access. And who got the
Player's forces are under attack.
who got the Berserker? Did he get it? Oh, wow. Sonic stole it with the Wisp. So Sonic stealing the Troll Berserker. Nice snipe there. Also potentially going to get the other Troll Berserker. So now has both Berserkers claimed. You're going to have to wait 200 seconds before you can buy another one. And that's a strong army boost from Sonic, who now has both of these and a Troll Shadow Priest. So very nice from Sonic there, able to snipe the other Shadow Priest. But HawK still feels confident, has 2 Shadow Priests of his own. Going to move on and continue creeping himself, going for the Troll Camp. And a nice Wand of Illusion. Going to be able to go Scout now. Has the level 3. A little bit ahead of Sonic. Sonic has a little bit more work to do before he's level 3 himself. And look at the state of the game right now on Tier 1. Tier 2 already online for Mr. Sonic. Sonic potentially going to go into double lore, as he likes to do. Panda is taken for Sonic Breath of Fire, instantly trained. And Panda going to go pay a visit to the expo. Going to start roasting some of these peasants. Also, the mercenaries of HawK going to heal one another. A nice Breath of Fire onto the Troll Shadow Priest. Don't want to lose these 2 units. And now the Arcane Tower going to work onto the Panda. Going to prevent any more Breaths of Fire from going off. Also going to be able to take down both of these treants. Has the Panda trapped in the corner of the map. Keeper of the Grove stuck on the outside. Not going to help his friend. As the Panda going to fall. Also taking down all the treants. And this game looking a bit stronger for HawK earlier than last time. Not seeing the mass amounts of Huntresses pushing in your expo, making things a little bit easier to deal with here. Arcane Tower going to easily be able to take down these treants one by one by one. HawK getting level 4, and now shifting focus over to the Keeper of the Grove, who's a full level behind HawK's Archmage. Also, Panda down. So Footies, behind all this, we're doing some harassment to Sonic. And a late Hunter's Hall going to lead to a late Ancient Allures. And now some Dispel from the Shadow Priests.
Forces are under attack.
Going to get back, heal one another up. And right away, the Keeper's treants melting into nothingness as HawK putting the pressure on the main base. Panda is back online, getting a Breath of Fire off onto the front line of HawK. HawK retreating back. Potentially going to go back home and pay some attention to the expo, which looks like it is self-defending right now. These Troll Shadow Priests just healing one another back up to full. Keeper of the Grove kind of just poking around at the top of the map here. And now is going to be met with the Archmage, who's pretty powerful right now. Going to get a nice body block there with the Water Elemental and the Archmage, chipping away at the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove falling rapidly down to 106 health just like that, so quickly. No mana to dispel this Entangle, but able to heal it up just enough to preserve it. And 36 food to 34 food. Food counts are just about even. HawK thinking about paying a visit, maybe even going to claim this Gloves of Haste as well. Would certainly be a welcome addition to the inventory of the Archmage. And yeah, he sees it, he wants it. Left behind by Sonic accidentally, I'm sure. And if he can get a cancel on this Tree of Life, it would really put him in a nice position, but instead wants to shift focus on over to the Troll Berserker, claiming that would be a pretty big deal. And a big loss for Sonic, but not going to be able to get it picked off just yet. HawK going back and regrouping. Tier 2 just about done. 15 seconds to go. Here we go. HawK a little late. Not going to be able to push this tree in as easily, but has plenty of presence here. Going to be able to deal some damage to the mercenaries of Sonic. Really wants to get that Berserker down. Wants to get both Berserkers down. Does get a Berserker and a Shadow Priest. So big losses from Sonic there. In exchange, going to be able to entangle and take down a Footman. So level 2.5 for the Panda. Level 4.5 for the Archmage. Archmage looking pretty dang good right now. And Blood Mage on the way. Going to be focusing his efforts on siphoning all of the mana from the Keeper, from the Panda, rendering them very ineffective. Blood Mage, pretty high skill ceiling hero, but HawK has the skill necessary to use it to its fullest potential. So, going to see HawK opt to take down the shop right now. Blood Mage coming on down. Might even see the Archmage pulled back unless he really wants the level 5, and Sonik here to disrupt this creeping. The Siphon mana efforts have begun. First Breath of Fire going out onto the Rifleman. Also, Drunken Haze got ignited. Dispel's going out on some of the Force of Nature treants. Panda getting the level 3, also going to have level 2 Breath of Fire, going to hurt quite a bit, but you can't use it if you have no mana. Blood Mage is here to take all of the mana from the opponent heroes and siphon it all into the Archmage. Archmage going to be producing so many water elementals. Level 2 granted for HawK, and HawK's going to take Flame Strike, get some zoning capability. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw HawK also retrain Blizzard. Get just maximum AoE damage onto the full army of Sonik, who is going for the Double Lord Bear army at the moment. No Dryad presence to be concerned about just yet, but Shadow Priest slightly out of position. Needs to be careful. Bring him back into the main base as another treant going to fall, getting some little extra chip damage at the Panda. HawK wasting no time. Going to pull the level 5 Mauler.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Sonik buying as many mercenaries as he can, investing quite a bit of gold into this attack here. Needs to be careful. If he loses these units, that's going to set Sonik back quite a bit, who has a couple bears in production, heading on north to the Expo to help out with this attack. And Sonik, unfortunately, kind of body blocking himself a little bit there, not able to get full surface area on these towers. All the treants going to be handled and dealt with. Meanwhile, the Arcane Tower kind of alternating back and forth on the Panda, preventing either of them from regenerating any mana whatsoever. Meanwhile, HawK going to go pay a visit with a level 5 Archmage down to the Expo of Sonik, going to chip away at the Tree of Life. As he continues to chip away at the Expo of HawK, so both players want a piece of that Expo. HawK can be able to take down some of the Wisps. It is Sonik who blinks first and gets back home with very wounded heroes. Needs to be careful. No Storm Bolts or anything to lock down and punish those heroes for being out of position, but Sonik ultimately going to pay the price by delaying, by losing his Expo. It's a very nice pick off there, and now HawK looking very strong. Going to move into this red camp. Strong rifle breaker caster army at the moment. Has the level 3 water elementals. Sonic's army getting scary. A lot of bears, not level 2 yet. So not going to be able to morph in the bear form, but will have Rejuve just getting bear form locked in now. So 5 bears online for Sonik. 55 food to 66 food of HawK. Puts the water elemental right in the front, and now the battle has begun, starting to focus onto the water elemental. A healing ward in the back for HawK. Really nice position. They're not going to be able to get it down, so you're going to have a lot of passive healing as Flame Strikes get started, and Siphon Mana level 1 still is taken as the level 2 Flame Strike going to be used onto the bear front line. Panda falling really low, going to pop a potion of healing as well as the invuln potion for spells. Not going to matter. HawK going to TP on out of here, not before a final Flame Strike. Sonik bows out, tied up. We're going to game 3. Whew! What a back and forth game that was. We're all tied up. HawK takes game 2. In pretty definitive fashion. HawK played really well there. Did not waste any time. Recovered from all the previous mistakes made. And HawK takes it at the end of the day. Now, it will be settled on Autumn Leaves, as both players gonna go for the glory and see if they have what it takes to move on to the finals of 4Players Cup. So with that, we're waiting for our opponents to get ready. We're going to take a sip of water. Repair the voice. Our players are ready. Our casters are ready. The people are ready. We have game 3. And it's going to be on Autumn Leaves. HawK versus Sonik, a nail-biter series. And here we go. Coming at you right now. And a really interesting series we have here. HawK dropping the first map to Sonik, courtesy of a Huntress Keeper the Grove push. Early game, really late tier 2 from both opponents. But Sonik going to tier 2 at the expected time last game. HawK fast expoing. Thus, HawK having a little bit of an easier time dealing with the push. So, the result of that being HawK had a smoother early game, smoother mid game, got the rifle caster breaker army he was looking for, and was able to defend against Sonik most of the game. Also, Sonik invested quite a bit of resources into mercenaries. A lot of berserkers, ogres, Shadow Priest purchased from Sonik. Sonik lost almost all of them. So, with that, Keep the Grove coming out again. Archmage coming out again. It's going to be a very similar story to Game 1 and Game 2. Question here is going to be who executes better? Who is going to play better, make fewer mistakes? It's going to come down to that. Both of these players so experienced, have played each other so many times, have a lot of competitive tournament experience. It's really just going to come down to who makes fewer mistakes.
A player's forces are under attack.
Keep the Grove online, heading on down to begin Ancient of War creeping. Opting for Treants, not Entangle like last game. Keep the Grove got Entangle first last game. Instead of the Keeper hanging around, gonna head on down and start paying attention to this human army. As HawK going for the shop first. Interesting choice, as now he has to deal with the Keep the Grove in his face and a couple Treants as well. Bought the Circle of Nobility, going to be a nice addition to the inventory. Going to claim that creep. Got the Sasquatch. Keep the Grove, although creeping behind all of this, going to be able to claim that entire Expo camp. Keep the Grove almost level 2. HawK putting a lot of pressure onto the Keep of the Grove, chipping away at it. Going to get some body blocks on this peasant here, but the Keep of the Grove able to slip out of it. Looking to lock down a peasant kill of his own, but will it be worth it? Potentially having to burn a TP. Maybe not even necessary, as now 4 Treants in the main base in the face of HawK. HawK not looking like he's going to be fast expoing, only has 3 farms up right now. Going to be able to take care of these Treants for the time being, but not without some losses of his own. Just enough to keep the Keeper of the Grove at bay, going to get a Tree of Life early. And now it is Sonik going for the fast expo attempt.
A player's forces are under attack.
Has a nice Mantle and Tome of Knowledge back at home waiting for him to pick up. Going to get a tower back home to help with some of these defenses. Well, HawK looking for that level 2. And I wonder, will he attempt an expo of his own? Is calling the boys, is going to the natural. And Keep the Grove going to be staffed down to the Wisp.
A player's forces are under attack.
And it's going to be here just in time. Gonna Force of Nature here, give him a path in. Gonna force HawK to pay attention to this. Keep the Grove getting the level 2 he's looking for. Now has Entangle. I believe we lost Booster again, so Booster is down yet again today. That's unfortunate. We'll try to restart it after this battle sequence here. Meanwhile, Archmage heading on north, going to be able to maybe chip away at some of these mercenaries. Sonic going for the mercenaries again. Gets the level 3, and that level 2 water elemental going to be quite powerful in the early game.
The town is under siege.
Moody's shifting focus on over to the Shadow Priest, going to get the kill. That's quite a loss for Sonic. Needs to be careful now. Doesn't want to lose another mercenary. That'd be almost 500 gold down the drain. Archer's also getting targeted by the Archmage. Archmage quite powerful at the moment. Sonic looking for a cancel. HawK does get the cancel off. Going to recoup some of those resources, which is very useful. However, the Keeper of the Grove falling quite low. Needs to be careful. Now attention over to the Treants. Chipping them down one by one here. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove going to be able to safely get on out of here. Going to tap the Moonwells, get healed back up to full, and head on back down. Put some more pressure onto HawK, who is still stuck on tier 1. And we'll see if we can restart booster. See if it wants to work out for us. Hopefully it does. And Sonic putting some more pressure onto the Expo of HawK. HawK's Arcane Tower almost up and online, and that's certainly something you're looking for here to help out with the defense. Was that canceled by accident? I'll have to go back and look at that. Not sure if it was an upgrade or the tower itself. Maybe I misread it. But continued auto attack damage onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove falling quite low. Going to be down to 50 health now. Footy's able to take care of the Treants back at home, so not a problem there. As HawK shifts attention over to some of the archers and takes down one of them as well. A very welcome takedown from Mr. HawK. As Footy's shifting their attention over to the Keeper of the Grove, down to 50 health himself. Needs to be careful. Another auto attack or two from the Footies is going to be the death of the Keeper. Just gets out of range. The Arcane Tower probably going to be able to take care of these Treants just by itself. Archmage wants to put more pressure onto the mercenaries. Keeper of the Grove, of course, has Moonwells back home. They just get healed back up to full. Just incredible. The amount of times this Keeper of the Grove has gone from sub 50 health to full health is quite crazy. And HawK having to deal with this now has a footman entangled, going to lose it certainly at exchange for one archer of Sonic. Maybe looking to get a cancel on this Ancient of Wonders, but instead going to head fully down out of the base. Going to have a water elemental be able to harass the lumber economy of Sonic instead. And is not going to be able to get a kill due to 2 detonates from the Wisps. But Sonic now has to retrain a couple Wisps to replace those. So Moonstone Perch is going to be able to get some of this moon juice replenished.
The town is under siege.
Meanwhile, sees this teleport pillar here in the Wisp, sitting at the main base of HawK. HawK wants to get this Wisp out of here. Meanwhile, HawK putting more pressure on Demon Hunter, now online. I'd imagine this would convince HawK to potentially go Blood Mage second, not MK. MK quite difficult to have on the board when a Demon Hunter is present. So Archmage going to be chased down by the Demon Hunter. Another mana burn potentially going to go off. Siphoning yet another 50 damage and mana. And both Expos online and operational. Pretty even.
A player's forces are under attack.
In gold count, although Sonic about 500 gold ahead in economy right now. Archmage getting some more auto attacks onto the Keeper of the Grove from the back. Going to be able to handle some of these Treants as well. As the Arcane Tower doing some long distance shots over to the death to the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter falling quite low in mana. Gets his last mana burn off for this battle. The Arcane Towers chipping away at the Treants. No more Treants on the board, but the weakened Demon Hunter needs to be really careful here. Does not have a Staff of Preservation. Just a couple more auto attacks, and that Demon Hunter is a dead hunter. Gonna get a nice entangle onto the Rifleman here as the Arcane Tower takes down some of these Treants in the backline here. Archmage continuing to put pressure onto the Demon Hunter, although the Demon Hunter just quite a bit too fast. Maybe gonna be able to cut off the pathing here, but HawK stops just short. As Sonik able to get some nice surface area on these peasants at the Expo. A lot of these peasants going to fall. Arcane Tower now shifting focus to the Keep of the Grove. Feedbacking a lot of this mana. Keep of the Grove now down to 0 mana. Arcane Tower may shift focus on over to the Treants as well. Blood Mage online. Needs to be careful here. Demon Hunter healed back up to full. I imagine went home and tapped some of those Moonwells. Keep the Grove needs to be careful. Sitting at 53 health at the moment. Now the Archmage getting focused down by the backline archers of Sonik. Now putting some pressure onto the Water Elementals. Do claim the Water Elemental as Bears coming online. Rejuve's going out on the Keep of the Grove. Needs to be very careful now as the Tier 3 army of Sonik starting to come online. A lot of damage onto this Demon Hunter. No staff, but a Rejuve onto the Demon Hunter. No dispels from HawK at the moment to take away or steal this rejuvenation. Would love to have a Spellbreaker on the board to just take this, but none available just yet. Only rifles at the moment with a Blood Mage. And looking quite grim for HawK at the moment. The 62 food army of Sonik so strong at the moment. Blood Mage going to fall. HawK getting mana burn more and more, is able to get a level 2 Water Elemental out on the board at least before he gets burned to oblivion by the Demon Hunter. Have plenty of peasants at the gold mine, able to get 2 of them off to maximize the throughput. GG is called. Sonik moving on to the finals, and the first time in a while not going to see HawK in the grand final of a 4 Players Cup. So well done and well played to Sonik.